Have a night, iTube. It's Habla. So, happy Tuesday. If you don't know, Habla is one of the names for Tuesday in West Africa, broadly. Say that broadly. So yes. Today I want to talk about getting lost in motherhood. And I've heard this so many times, and I've never actually heard what I'm about to say, but I've always heard and keep hearing, don't get lost in motherhood. Don't lose yourself in motherhood. Like, that is like such a big saying. Like, make sure you hold on to yourself. Like, don't get lost in motherhood. That's such a big saying. But I want to say, get lost in motherhood. Like, get lost in motherhood. Yes, get lost in motherhood. That don't get lost in motherhood, I don't think that's a great mindset to have. And I think if you were constantly thinking that you don't want to get lost in motherhood, you're constantly going to be unhappy. You're constantly going to be under stress. You're constantly going to be chasing the old you that you were before you had children. You're constantly going to be chasing the you that doesn't have to. As I was saying, if you keep that mindset that you don't want to get lost in motherhood, it's going to prevent you from being 100% just happy and joyful and present with your children. Some may think the opposite, that if you keep that mindset that you don't want to get lost in motherhood and you take a lot of time to like do other things that are fulfilling for you, like other hobbies, some may think that that break helps you to be more joyful and present with your children. That may be the case. Okay, like I was saying, that might be the case for some people. And if you have the resources to take a break, if you need a break, to each their own. If that helps you to be joyful and present with your children, and if that's your way of being a mother, that's fine too. Be the best mother you can be. Like, no one is saying like don't take a break and all of that, but I'm saying if you don't have the resources or the help or just whatever to take that break and to have hobbies and to go out and do things without your children, have days without your children, if you don't have those resources, then don't feel bad. Let motherhood just take over and be joyful in that. Don't feel bad that you can't go out and do things that you used to do, or do things that maybe you want to indulge in, some hobbies, or just take a breather from being a mother, because sometimes you can maybe want some space. But what I'm mainly saying is that there's no problem with taking a break if you have the resources to take that break. If you don't have the resources to take a break or to do your hobbies, to do XYZ that doesn't involve mothering, don't feel bad. Just instead, like, fully envelope yourself in being a mother. That's pretty much what I've done. Pretty much, because I don't really have the resources to have time away from my children, and so my mindset has kind of shifted to not really even need or want time away from my children. And I guess naturally and on the God tenet, women don't really take time away from their children. Nobody's taking trips away from their children or things like that. And in the same breath, on the God tenet and naturally, you have your extended family around. So like maybe the grandmother or a sister or aunt, sometimes like that, is minding the children. So it's like, it's two-sided. But I really want to say, if you don't have time for that break and you don't have the reason for that, don't worry, because when you instead embrace motherhood, you're going to be so much more joyful and more happy and less confused and less thinking about who you were before, because your children are only going to be children. Well, honestly, when I think of myself right now, like, I feel like I'm my mom's baby still. But I'm so far away from her and I don't need her on a day-to-day basis. So your children are only going to need you the way they need you when they're small for a certain amount of time. These persons that you have literally created and that we love so much, they're only gonna really need us for maybe like 10 years, like from 0 to 10. I feel like once children are 11, 12, 13, 14, they still need you, but in a different way. They need you to help them become adults. They need you to help them learn how to be without you. And from 0 to 10, I feel like there's more dependence and less focus on independence. So you have a short period of time to really, really nurture your babies and have them as babies. Honestly, I feel like babies are done being babies once a baby is like 6 months and they start getting ready to be a toddler. Every moment is like getting ready to go into the next moment. So as a mother, you have to be present and just let motherhood kind of take you, I guess. Just be in motherhood. Let that be your role for now. You don't have to worry about picking up a hobby, about going on a trip, going there, doing that without your children, because you're gonna have so much time to do that when your children are grown. Like I said, it's a little small amount of time that we have to really, really, really just like hold on to our children. Like, it's not a lot. And you've had time before. You've had maybe 20 to something plus years of not being with your children. And then you're going to have a time period where you have your children. So you need to be present and focus on that and not worry about other things. And then after, when your children are big, you're going to have so much time, so many years to pick up those hobbies, go on those trips, ride a bike. I've been thinking like, oh, I really want to ride a bike. You can ride a bike with children, but all of those things that you may be thinking, I want to do this, and it's not really the most, the easiest thing to do with children. Think about those things when your children don't need you so much. Be like joyful and happy that they need you so much, and like just shower yourself in that love and that joy of being a mother. And in that, even if people say like moms need a break, but when you like envelope yourself in that joy and that love of motherhood, then the Most High gives you so much strength to keep going, to keep being the mother that your children need to be. I want to be a good mother, not for me, but for my children. Because persons who have a good mother, you can tell. When you meet an adult, you can tell this person had a good mother. This person has a good mother. Like, I want my children to be those people that you meet and you say, this person was loved properly. This child was nurtured properly. This child was taught properly. This child has a good mother. So is it about me? I don't know. It's about my children. I want them to be those people. I don't want them to experience any like trauma, bullying, any type of anything to negatively affect them in their adulthood from their mother. I want to be there for them. And like I said, once you change your mindset to focus on letting motherhood take you, losing yourself in motherhood, then the Most High is going to give you all the strength that you need to get up every day with a smile on your face and to play whatever play you need to play, teach whatever teaching you need to teach, walk, run, do anything, jump, cry, laugh, anything. My daughter's like, what is she talking about? Anything that you need to do, the Most High will give you that strength to nurture your children, teach your children, disciple your children. Once you let yourself be lost in motherhood. And like I said, motherhood is just like, and motherhood is forever. However, that period of time, that really, really special period of time where you need to nurture your children and you have them close, like you have them in your palm of your hand, is very short. It's a very short amount of time that you have your children in the palm of your hand. And that time is very important. And the Most High will guide you through that time and give you the strength to go through that time if you allow yourself to be lost in motherhood. So allow yourself to get lost in motherhood so that you may nurture and disciple and teach your children properly and with joy. Yeah, that's a message that has come to me, and that's what the Most High has put on my heart through just having giving birth to a second child, while also not just giving birth, being pregnant while taking care of a toddler, a 2-year-old, and then giving birth while still taking care of a 2-year-old. And you know my 2-year-old is a Velcro baby. You know my girl is a Velcro girl. She's always by my side. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't need a break. I don't need any of that, because the Lord, the Most High, has given me strength to wake up every day and do what I need to do to be joyful in motherhood. Play music, dance, sing, do whatever you need to do. Smile at yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself, do whatever you need to do. Sometimes I just randomly am smiling because that rewires the brain. Like, just smiling, a big smile, rewires the brain. That's what I've been telling my daughter, because sometimes these little children be getting, they go through, growing up is hard. So sometimes they just have their emotions. I'm like, you know what? Smile. Just smile. Just smile. And that will rewire your brain. So yes, that's what I wanted to share today, is that we as women and as caretakers, we need to get lost in our role of mothering while we have the chance. While we have that small time of having our children in the palm of our hands, get lost in it, fully indulge yourself in it, because it is just that, a small period of time. Before you know it, your daughter, your son is going to be calling you. Hopefully your children don't go far away from you, but going to be calling you like, Mom, just had my 5th child. And you're going to be like, oh my God. Okay, I'm talking too much. All right. I hope everyone is having a blissful strong and continues to have a blissful strong. That is my message for today. Get lost in motherhood. Okay. Kaya dahil ay gray. Bye bye.